In front of us we have the problem 6 divided by 2, and one of the ways to tackle this is to think of it in terms of units. So let's pretend the 6 are dollars, so there's $6, and we're dividing that two ways. So we're dividing that among, we'll say, two people, so I'll draw two people here. So we got 6 divided by 2. Now there's two people, obviously, and okay, we're splitting this two ways, so let's say we give one person half right there and the other person the other half. So now if you notice, each one of these halves are 3. So in this case, 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. So that's how many times 2 goes into 6. Now let's take a look at another example here. We have the number 12 divided by 3. Now for our units, we're going to use apples. So we got 12 apples here. And we're going to divide it 3 ways, and we'll just think of it as 3 plates. So we want to know how many times does this number 3, or how many times does this 12 get divided by this number 3 right here. Okay, so we'll look at this way. We'll try to split it 12. We're splitting 12 3 ways. So okay, if we do that, we can divide that. We get 4 apples on each plate. So our answer in this case is 4. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now another way we can tackle that, and we'll look at it just a second here, is I have this 18 divided by 3 problem. Another way we can tackle that is to simply take 3 and then divide it by 18, or we write it like this in the bottom. And what we're basically asking is how many times does this 3 right here divide into the number 18? So how many times is 3 divided by 18? Well, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 times 6 is 18. So 3 goes into 18 6 times, and that our answer is 6 there. Now for a really complicated or a semi-complicated one, if you can get this one, you have a very good understanding of how to do basic division. So we're going to try to do this one right here. We have the problem 7 divided into 102. Now I'm writing a decimal point right here because we're not going to have an answer that is an actual whole number. It's going to be a decimal type answer, and I'll show you how to tackle a problem like this. First off, you say how many times is we want to look at this number right here. We say how many times does 7 go into the number 1? Well, 7 does not divide number 1. Now we can either write a 0 there, or we can just leave it blank. In this case, I'm going to leave it blank. The next question is how many, we're looking for this piece right here, and the next question is, well, how many times does 7 go into the number 10? Okay, well, 7 goes into 10 one time, so we're going to write 7 down there, and we got our 1 up there. Now we want to solve for this 102 number. We're going to eventually get rid of that, so we're going to drop a 0 for the 770, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this 102 and we're going to subtract 70 from it. So 102 minus 70 is going to equal 32. And our next question, or the next thing we want to find out is this piece right here. And to find that out, we're going to take a 7 and we're going to divide it by our new remainder, which is 32. So we're going to take 7 divided by 32. Now we can't go over that number. And, well, 7 times 5 is 35, so 5 doesn't work. But 7 times 4 is 28. So we'll write down 28 there, and we write 4 up top. And then we take the 32, we subtract 28, and that gives us a total of 4. Now we want to find our decimal spot, or right here. So we're going to drop the 0 under the 4, and we're looking for our decimal spot right here. So to find that, we're going to take the 7, and we are going to divide it into 40. Now if you remember, 7 times 5 is 35, so we'll put 35 down there. And obviously we're running out of space because I didn't set this up right. So I'm going to move this over a little bit, and what we're going to do is we are going to move this up here. Okay, so we have 40 and then 35, so 40 minus 35, because we want to find out the next decimal place. 40 minus 35 is 5, and then we're going to drop the 0, and then we're looking for this next decimal place right here. Okay, well, we use the same procedure. We take 7, and we divide that by 50. Well, 7 times 7 is 49. So we put our 7 up top there, and we have 49 remaining. Now we can continue on and say, okay, 50 minus 49, well, that's 1, and we drop our 0, but we're not going to do that. 14.57 is going to be our final answer here, and that is basically how you would walk through a basic division problem that way. If it's a shorter or an easier problem, you can think of it in terms of units, but well, you can obviously think of this in terms of units, but it gets a little more complicated because you have the decimal answers and not the straight remainder ones. I mean, some people or some tests will just have you put the remainder on there, but if you want to get the hard answer, that's how you do it, assuming you don't have, like a spreadsheet or a calculator, because that would obviously be a lot easier. And that wraps up our tutorial for how to do basic division. Thank you for watching.